you guys. It is a Mary. And we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, you all, because today we are going to be talking about a subject that's kind of been percolating. And one of our lovely subscribers actually brought it to our attention yesterday when I was finally getting back to some of your amazing comments. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support and rocking with us. Even though we have not been as consistent, we are getting back to it. We're getting back to the grind. But yeah, a subscriber actually said, because we were talking about maybe Robyn rejects Kody physically, and one of our subscribers was like, no, honey. The reason why they have the nanny is because they were having so much sex that they actually needed the nanny. And I was like, what? Because, it always sounded like Robyn had, like, some sexual assault thing or, like, some issue sexually with her ex-husband, right? Yeah. So I was thinking, like, because even, was it Robyn was like, well,
like
no,
she did not want to do.
Like, she needed 2 weeks
assault,
for
but it's like something.
Sexual
like
trauma, maybe.
Right, some kind of sexual, maybe, like, coercion, like, do something that she didn't want to do, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why she needed that time to get used to Kody, or for him to show her, look, there are so many wonderful ways that a man can show you love, and it does not have to hurt, baby. I guess.
But because remember she said she needed 2 whole weeks just to was it for their honeymoon? I was thinking maybe because she had some sexual trauma she needed to be handled with delicacy or whatever.
That's probably how she made it to Kody, and Kody of course jumped on it, and anywho, that was very surprising. That's what they were up to.
Well, she was also saying that that Kody was saying that that Kody actually stopped having sex with the other wives really early on when Robyn came because the sex with Robyn was so good. Because they were like, what the hell is going on?
This man just forgot about everybody else.
He was living straight up monogamy. Straight up monogamy when Robyn came.
He was living deceit.
But you know what
That's what it is. He was just deceitful because you should have just let them know so they could have been about their business.
But I personally think it comes from that whole thing of like Robyn has this whole mentality of like he's going to be my best customer.
Yes.
And I'm going to
have the honeymoon like that whole phase like my mom did.
And I mean, what do you do in the honeymoon phase? You have lots of sex.
And I guess you get rid of the other wives. So like that take precedence. And he doesn't worry again about anybody else but you.
And it's kind of like the whole thing, that song, Let Me Cater to You. Oh. That song by Beyonce. Y'all just go check out Destiny's Child Cater to You. And
baby, this is your day.
I can't remember.
I'm doing all for my man, baby. I blow.
I put my hands in. I put my life in your hands. I got your dinner, your dessert, and so much more. Whatever you wanna, I'ma cater to you.
Yes.
I need to know the lyrics. Yeah. I love that song. When I think of marriage, I think of that song.
But yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Surprising. I was like, oh wow. But when
the Duggar said
she was saying, remember when Robyn had said that, and she seemed very angry, like the wives rejected him so much, and I guess she was like fighting for him, and she makes him her best customer.
I treat him like my best customer, which I thought was weird as hell.
Well, you're right, Michelle Duggar. You were gonna say
Michelle Duggar says that it's important to be open to have sex, even if you are upset with your partner or whatever. Now, obviously, they do some crazy stuff like they beat you or they rape you or something. Now, obviously, you're not staying open for that.
No,
but she always said,
call the popo.
Hello, but she always said that it's important to be open and receptive to having sex because the thing is, you are literally the only person that your husband is going to have sex with, and vice versa.
Exactly.
And you both have needs, so it's important to satisfy those needs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I have always agreed with that because I remember we did a video where I was like, I remember we were talking about 10 years no sex, and I was like, girl, if it was me, I'll be having sex every day or something. And everybody's like, girl. So, and a lot of people in the comment section was like, girl, bye. I got like 3, 4, 5 kids, and I'm lucky if I get it once a month. I was like, okay.
I guess I thought they were pretty okay, nice, but they were just like,
some people was like, oh, that's wishful thinking.
Once you get married, you kind of get into raising children and stuff. You may not have that time.
I know, but it's so important. I really
several times a day. it always starts that way. That you're doing it every day, several times. However,
or at least once a week.
It doesn't
always.
No. When it starts, it's like it's like a daily thing when you first start. But then as time goes on, you get into the once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. You know, because life happens. You know. But yeah, that was actually very interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be all. I feel like even up until maybe you get like really old, you can't really be moving things as you can. It would be nice to be able to have it at least with your partner at least once a week, up until like what 40, 50. I mean, but because doesn't the women have like their sex drive increases at like 45? Because you talk about it all the time.
You know, it does begin to increase when you're like in your mid-30s.
Oh,
and that
I thought it was the 40. I thought it was like early 30s. Well, it still
40s. Continues, but yeah, and at that time, it's wonderful because the mother is empty nesting most of the time around that time. And so she's ready to go. Now, is the man always ready to go at that time? Probably not. It's so funny because when the men are young, they're really ready to go. When the women are older, they're ready to go. But usually when you first get married, yeah. Or, you know, if you're with your partner and whatever, everything, it's a definite honeymoon phase for the first couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but you want to kind of keep that up as much as possible. I mean, I think it's so important. I think it's
very important to make that connection physically on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Tosin.
She
is going through some stuff.
We asked you guys earlier about being in heat and pregnancy. She's in heat. Yeah. She is actually having her first heat thing, and she has been just a mess. That's probably why she's been crying so much. On the YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's in heat. It's been a mess. It's like we're having a cognac baby. Is that what you call it?
I have no idea.
Remember you said babies that just
colic baby. Yeah.
That's how she has been.
I know.
And our house has a serious echo, so it's just a nightmare.
She knows you're talking about her.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah,
that was interesting. Do you believe it though?
You know, even if she started up that way, you know something about Robyn? I don't know if she is still doing that. I don't believe that Robyn is still doing that like that now. Now that the wives are not there like that. I don't think she is. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't see her doing all that now. And you know what's so interesting? I actually even don't even see Kody doing all that now too.
Really?
He seems to be quite bitter.
Well,
you know, men as they get older
too, Robyn for who she is.
Yeah, as they get older too, they're not into it like that. So it's opposite for the man. The woman is getting into her sexual peak. The man has come down.
That's just horrible, though. I mean, I guess it keeps the man young.
Although we did have a couple of subscribers who said, "No, that is not true." I guess the men are saying that's not true. So.
Well, you say that men really, their weenies stop working around 30.
It's not that.
Especially if...
I remember you saying that. It is time for us to go before she sits here and tells all my business. All my business.
But it's Mary.
And Alma.
Give a like, subscribe,
and comment
down below.